Okay, so last time I'm going to bother you about these skin tones. After I made all the other videos, I thought I better make sure that they look finished, because when I was looking at them, I still could see some paper showing in the 4 end techniques. So just keep in mind that the only one you're going to see any paper on is that basic layering. But you can see here I've got some technical issues that I probably need to go back into and clean up, like maybe go in a little bit darker in the core of the shadow, make some more gradual sort of transitions. Right, so keep refining it until it looks 3D, so that it looks smooth, so it looks like skin tone. And don't be afraid if you have to, grab an eraser out, get rid of a layer, get rid of a color. Just keep in mind that if you erase, sometimes you got to go back in and add another color that might have also gotten erased in the process. So just take some time, make sure that it looks as good as it possibly can. So for burnishing, keep going into those different layers, making sure to make it look as smooth as possible. So I'm just going to go ahead and be quiet and just try to clean up some of these. And you can stop watching whenever you feel like yours is finished as well, or if you get the basic idea. If you feel like it's not covering the paper, I would highly recommend sharpening your pencils. So remember, with burnishing, I'm just giving a little bit more pressure as I build up the layers. I always find it's easier to blend with the lighter of the 2 colors when I'm smudging them in together. You can see a big difference between this and this now. This should look more like this, so I'm going to keep adding some more pigment, I think. You can sort of see why I don't really like the colorless blenders very much. Especially in the light values, I really feel like it makes it hazier. It sometimes is really good for like dark values. Like, so I'll use an example here. So if I mix a couple of dark colors together to make a dark value rather than just black, right, it will do a good job of mixing those together. for me. Right? See how it works a little bit better. Just remember that sometimes it picks up the pigment, so you might want to sharpen it away. Let's see if I added enough this time to get it to work. Like I have to go back in and round this out. That's getting better, but I think I still just like pigment. So I would recommend really just burnishing, pressing a little bit heavier. That's what burnishing is, with color rather than colorless blender. With the saturation blender, I'm supposed to use white or gray to blend these together. I think I just have to tighten up some of these values that I made the lines too far apart in order to get it to be smoother. So thinking about overnight, this color is kind of already like a grayish brownish color. That might be a good color to burnish, or if you have any French grays by Prismacolors, those might be a better color than just straight gray in order to make realistic skin tone or something that seems more realistic. And always cross shade too, if that helps to kind of smooth out your values. Right, but that's getting thicker. And then same thing with the tonal. I just was a little bit too careless when I was adding, especially my darker values. So I just got to use them a little bit closer, maybe overlapping. But remember, you are lucky in that you can keep fixing it, or you can try again on your spheres. You can just make a new one. Right? Because keep in mind, I want you to do them as spheres for this, not just as scales. If you ran out of time, that would be like your last resort. So now that you've tried a bunch of these techniques, what you're going to want to do is figure out which one looks the way you want it to look for the texture of your skin, but also which one looks like more realistic skin for you. Hope that helps.